Before we begin, just a quick note. This podcast is produced by qualified financial professionals and is intended to share general information and insights to help expats better understand common financial topics. However, everyone's circumstances are different and regulations can vary by country, so nothing discussed should be taken as personal financial, tax, or investment advice. If you're considering making financial decisions based on anything covered in this episode, we recommend seeking professional advice tailored to your individual situation.
Welcome back to Expert Money Matters. I'm your host, Georgina. At Chase Buchanan, we monitor global market shifts to turn uncertainty into opportunity. To provide you with total clarity, we've transformed our weekly market update email into this convenient audio format. Here is your weekly market update for March the 4th, 2026.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. Before we dive into the numbers, I want to take a moment to acknowledge what's happening in the world right now. Many of our clients reside in the Gulf states, and many of us will have friends and family caught up in this crisis. It goes without saying that our thoughts are with all of them. We sincerely hope everyone stays safe during what is, by any measure, a frightening and uncertain time. Now let's turn to markets. As this situation unfolded, equity markets fell by approximately 1 to 2%. That was to be expected, and frankly, it would have been surprising if they hadn't. At this stage, we don't believe there is any need for urgent action. What's more notable, actually, is how markets behaved after that initial drop. But we'll come to that in a moment. On commodities, the moves have been significant. Oil surged 9%, sitting at around $80 a barrel. Gold climbed 3.5% to $5,429. Both reflect the classic investor response to geopolitical stress, a flight toward energy and safe haven assets. Recent developments in the Middle East have, understandably, contributed to heightened uncertainty across global financial markets. In periods like these, it's entirely normal to see increased volatility. Investors are reassessing geopolitical risks, potential economic implications, and the knock-on effects for energy prices, inflation, and global growth. That reassessment takes time, and it creates noise in the short term. But here's the important point. Short-term market movements, however unsettling they feel, are a normal and recurring feature of long-term investing. Markets adjust constantly to new information. Geopolitical events, as significant as they are, have rarely altered the long-term trajectory of well-structured, well-diversified portfolios. Your portfolios are specifically designed with this kind of environment in mind. Our investment philosophy is built around prudent diversification across asset classes, sectors, and geographic regions. That structure reduces reliance on any single country, any single industry, or any single economic outcome. It improves resilience precisely when resilience is most needed. Alongside that, we maintain a disciplined focus on quality, liquidity, and appropriate risk exposure within each portfolio. History gives us valuable perspective here. Over the past 2 decades, markets have navigated the global financial crisis, sovereign debt concerns, a global pandemic, significant inflationary pressure, and multiple geopolitical conflicts, and yet the long-term performance record, the S&P 500 over a 20-year window being perhaps the clearest example, shows that despite temporary setbacks, markets have continued to advance. Past performance isn't a guarantee of future returns, but the evidence consistently reinforces one thing: patience and discipline are rewarded. It's also worth remembering that periods of uncertainty can create genuine opportunity. Market dislocations can result in high-quality assets being priced below their intrinsic value. That gives us the ability to selectively strengthen portfolios at more attractive valuations, positioning for the eventual recovery. Our process allows us to act thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. Now to Tuesday's update and some specific developments worth highlighting. Following Monday's initial sell-off, we saw a significant intraday recovery in global equities. Most notably, the S&P 500 erased nearly all of its initial losses by Monday's close, finishing essentially flat. That's a meaningful data point. The headlines are startling, but the structural health of markets appears intact. Two things to watch closely right now. First, energy. While oil prices have stabilized around $79, we're seeing a sharper spike in natural gas following production pauses in Qatar. This matters particularly for Europe and the UK, where natural gas prices feed directly into inflation expectations. We're monitoring this carefully. Second, the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping through that corridor has slowed significantly. This creates what you might call headline volatility, but our focus remains on the diversified nature of your portfolios, which are positioned to absorb these kinds of supply chain disruptions without requiring reactive changes. Our focus remains on your long-term financial goals. Short-term headlines will continue to be unsettling. That's inevitable. But successful investing has always required maintaining perspective through exactly these kinds of periods. The narrative of patience over panic continues to be the most rewarding strategy, and we remain confident in the resilience of diversified portfolios and in the disciplined approach we apply on your behalf. We'll continue to keep you informed as the situation develops.
And that wraps up this week's Market Snapshot. If you'd prefer to get the information before it's published here, you can sign up for the update directly on our website. Just visit chasebuchanan.com and subscribe and get the update delivered straight to your inbox, giving you a head start on the week. Thanks for listening to Expert Money Matters. I'm Georgina. Join us next time as we explore money matters for your life abroad.